going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm rich.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I've got a good one. This is what happens when you get a little overconfident as a defense attorney. I think maybe that's not the right way to say it, but you'll see. She asked to see the judge, still doesn't like the answer. Kind of actually goes wrong for her. Anyways, before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflip. Let's go.
Magistrate.
What's your name, sir?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Magistrate.
Mr. Curry. Sir, this magistrate is shut there. You here on a criminal matter. Case number, it's Demetrius Willie Curry?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your case number is 240-581-9901. Sir, you have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Jessica Shab on behalf of Mr. Curry, who's from the reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands here.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are July 18, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, July 24, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge King. Mr. Curry, some bond conditions. One, you're not to have contact with Latoya Curry. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. Also, sir, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons, as well as you're not to possess any ammunition.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that, Mr. Curry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see. Also, Mr. Curry, you're not to go back to the location on Asbury Park.
Okay.
Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Counsel Ragnan, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. People are asking for $100,000 cash, no surety bond. If you able to post bond, we're asking for tether, house arrest. This incident occurred, Your Honor, when the defendant overheard a conversation by the complainant, and then with that, he went and armed himself with the complainant's handgun. He then pointed it at her and stated, "Call me another bitch." The complainant then ran toward the front door, but he locked the door and wouldn't let her out. She then ran to the bathroom, and the defendant chased her, pulling on her hair and then snatching her Bluetooth off of her head. The complainant stated she was able to make it to the bathroom, and the other person she was talking to, she called the police on her behalf, Your Honor. The complainant then left the home shortly after. The defendant left the home, so the complainant left, stated she does not know where the defendant did with the gun, and there is no registered weapon for the complainant. So, Your Honor, I know this, he pointed a gun at her, which he's obviously not supposed to do, but the history of this convictions for this defendant is enormous. I think there's 17 felonies. I think he has at least 6 or 7 domestic violence, 4 of which are felonies, not only assaulting a pregnant individual. He's been charged with assault with a dangerous weapon. These are convictions I'm talking about now. Assault with a dangerous weapon, escape, absconding, he's pled guilty to, felony weapons, multiple of those he's pled guilty to. So, Your Honor, I just want to, I believe the victim is totally not safe. I think the public is not safe with this man's history that goes back a long page. In fact, 2 pages. I didn't even talk about the ones that are cited for his fourth offense, the off motor vehicle driving away, fleeing 4th degree and assault with a dangerous weapon in 2016. But I've got another 15 charges I could read to this court. I just want you to know there's assaultive matters, at least 6 to 7 domestic violences, Your Honor. And I think that cash bond is necessary. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. He's got quite a record, quite an aggressive record, actually. A lot of assault charges. $100,000 cash. That's where we are right now. You heard his record, heard the charges. Defense, you're up. Let's go.
All right, Counselor Shad, go ahead.
Your Honor, it's our understanding that he's not on probation or parole, nothing pending. He is employed. He lives with his wife. He was living with his wife. He understands he needs to go to another location, and he will. He is a lifelong resident of Michigan. We're not aware of any capious history. We don't believe he's at flight risk, Your Honor. He has lung disease. He takes treatment. He has to do treatments 4 hours a day, 2 days in a row. He's scheduled tomorrow and Friday, Your Honor. He has severe health conditions. He's not at flight risk. He understands absolutely no contact. So respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond and absolutely no contact. He cannot get that treatment while in custody, Your Honor. So respectfully asking the court to consider that bond, Your Honor.
Thank you. I've heard the representations in both matters. Court use.
Okay, all right. So pretty much she's just hanging her hat on he's got health conditions, so we need to let him out of jail. And it doesn't usually work. But, that might be the best defense she has, given his history and what he's charged with. Who knows?
Convincing evidence standard when it's entertaining a potential monetary bond in this matter. After hearing the representations, a reading of the allegations in the investigative report, it appears that there was somebody on the phone that heard the defendant yelling and cursing at the complainant, and allegedly that the complainant indicated that she locked herself in a bathroom, kept her body against the door to keep the defendant from coming in. She asked a third party to call 911. Police came, he had left. Okay. Allegedly, he had access to a firearm not belonging to him, but it looks like it belonged to the complainant. Don't know where that firearm is at. Complainant was not injured, but in this particular matter, is that this court does believe that Mr. Curry, he is a danger, okay, to the complainant in this particular matter. So his bond in this case is going to be $50,000 cash surety.
Hey, Your Honor, I have lung disease. I don't have no money. I can't bond out. To put me in jail will be a death sentence.
That is correct, Your Honor. He does.
Okay.
One second, Mr.
I
Curry.
heard that. Okay. But
Your Honor,
also allegedly, I heard that he has some medical conditions, okay? And that this is not he said, she said, but there is allegedly a third party that at least was part of it, that heard some of this information that was going on, or heard the part of the incident that was going on between Mr. Curry and the complainant, Miss Curry. Okay, so the bond is still going to be $50,000 cash surety. And I believe that is unaffordable, counsel.
It is, Your Honor, but 1 second, Mr. Curry. 1 second, Mr. Curry. Your Honor, I understand that the court has to look at community safety and safety to the complaining witness. But at this point, this is an arraignment. This is not trial. This is not sentencing. He is not being convicted of anything right now. This is an allegation, and he is presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And we're not trying to get him out of jail, and using a health condition as an excuse, Your Honor. But it could potentially lead to him losing his life, Your Honor. He has a severe lung disease. He takes treatments 4 hours a day, back to back, and he's scheduled for tomorrow and Friday. He cannot get that. At the Detroit Detention Center and at Wayne County, they barely give them their medications for high blood pressure if they're lucky, Your Honor. So if this is the situation, Your Honor, it's going to be a death sentence for if he's sitting there and can't get the treatment he needs. I understand the court has to weigh things, but this is an allegation. Would the court consider, Your Honor, him turning himself in within 24 hours? I won't even ask for 48 hours for a GPS tether, house arrest, and to be allowed to go to his treatment only, Your Honor.
Stand by.
Thank you.
Yeah, Flora. Can you chime in on one matter? Thank you. Okay. I got Judge Williams who's gonna come by. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
so, Mr. Curry, what's gonna happen is we're gonna have somebody else look at your file, so I'm gonna have you step aside just for a few moments.
All right. So the magistrate asked for Judge Williams to stop by. I actually misremembered that. I thought the defense attorney asked for that. If I said that at the beginning of the video, I tried not to spoil it, but I may have said that she asked for it. I thought she did. So I apologize for that. This happened last week, so memory's a little foggy on this one. But it does get better once the judge sits down.
DDC, who else do you have? Hold on.
Well, now, could you tell me, Mr. Curry's two court dates,
Oh,
please?
no, you know what? DDC, bring Mr. Curry back. Judge Williams is here.
Mr. Curry.
That close, but yeah, okay. That's all right. Okay, come on, take a seat. I got we had already done the arraignment, okay. He has go ahead, the allegations, go ahead and look at it. Why don't you just start from square one?
All right, State of Michigan versus Demetrius Curry, case 24058199901. Today is the date set for the arraignment. Appearances, please.
All right, so we're kind of starting this over, but remember, the magistrate gave him a $50,000 bond. I think she said surety, so $50,000 surety. I don't think she said cash, so you got to remember that.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Samuel A. Ragnan for the people.
Jessica Scheib on behalf of Mr. Curry, who has formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands mute.
And good afternoon, Mr. Curry. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Thank you, sir. Mr. Ragnan asked the bond.
Well, Your Honor, the people are asking for $100,000 cash, surety, tether house arrest if he's able to make bond. This situation involved the defendant getting upset with the with the complainant because of him hearing a phone conversation she was having with someone else. And so he grabbed the complainant's gun, wherever it was, we don't know that, and pointed it at her and stated, "Call me another bitch." And with that, the complainant then ran towards the front door, but he blocked her from leaving the front door. So then she started to run towards the bathroom. With that, he pulled on her hair and pulled her Bluetooth off of her head and was in the bathroom now. During this time, she is on the telephone with someone else, and she's obviously afraid. So she asked that person to call 911, which they did. Okay? Subsequently, she had to put her body weight up against the door to stop him from getting in, Your Honor. Now, he subsequently left, and she does not know what the defendant did with her chrome-plated .40 caliber revolver. That was not registered to her, but was her gun, she said. Now, the reason asking for that high bond, not only is this, Your Honor, is that this man has a very assaultive history. He has at least 16 to 17 felony convictions. He's got at least 6 or 7 domestic violence convictions, 4 felony domestic violence, knowingly assaulting a pregnant person, Your Honor. He's got an absconding charge. He's got an escape charge. He's got a stalking charge. He's got malicious destruction of property charges. He's got felony firearms, DV3, HAB4. He's got tremendous amount of convictions, Your Honor, and I just won't go through all of them individually, but I just want you to know he's pled guilty to most of these charges, Your Honor, that we're talking about. So I think he is a danger, tremendous danger to this complainant, Your Honor, based on his history that he has and the convictions he has for domestic violence and stalking and so on. And that's why we're asking for the high bond. Magistrate Echeterra suggested $50,000 cash surety. I believe tether house arrest. I'm not sure. And then there was argument made about his health problems and him having to have treatment 4 hours a day, which I don't know if they can produce any evidence to that or not. Thank you.
All right, so pretty much the exact same argument. He did curse to the magistrate. He left that out to the judge. I don't know if that was intentional. I feel like when they curse, they're reading it and they try to use it for, kind of a wow factor. But let's keep going.
I believe Ms. Shive,
Alright.
of course, but I don't know about the defendant.
Thank you.
Shive,
Yes, Your Honor. So he is 44 years old. He's not on probation or parole or nothing pending to our knowledge. He is employed at owns a janitorial service. He's a lifelong resident of Michigan. He was living with his wife, but he understands absolutely no contact and he will go to another location. Now, we understand the charges, Your Honor. We understand count 2 and 3 are non-assaultive, count 4 is a misdemeanor, and count 1 is assaultive. But the allegation here in the report is what we see, and there are no witnesses other than allegedly the complaining witness is on the phone. It says the complainant was not injured, and it also indicates that this gun that she is talking about is not registered to her. Now, these are allegations. Now, I understand, Your Honor, that the court has to look at community safety and the safety for the complaining witness. Our concern is that he indicated to us that he has I don't know how to pronounce it, but a lung disease, Your Honor, and he takes treatments 4 hours a day, and that they're 2 days in a row, and he's scheduled for tomorrow and Friday. So our concern is that if he goes to the county, because that is an unaffordable bond to him, Your Honor.
oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Shive, you cut off. You just cut off for a second. I didn't hear the last part.
Can't hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we can.
Now, when you said, can you hear me? But before that, I didn't hear anything.
Okay, so we understand that the court has to weigh community safety and the court has to do what it has to do, but he's here on an allegation, and this is not sentencing, this is not trial. But our concern is, Your Honor, that he has lung disease, that he takes treatment 4 hours a day for, he's scheduled for tomorrow and Friday. Whatever we need to do on our end to prove that to the court, to get independent, evidence, whatever we can do we will do that. Now, respectfully, I ask the court to consider to allow him to turn himself in for that tether within 24 hours, not even 48, because although these are allegations, we understand the concern that the court may have. But our concern is that he, at this point, is presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And if he goes to the county, and we know that sometimes they're not even able to give him just regular medication, and he needs this treatment, his life could be at risk, Your Honor, and we're not trying to use that as an excuse, but this is what it is. So I respect whatever decision the court is going to make, but if something happens to him based on allegations in the jail, Your Honor, I have to advocate on behalf of my client. He gets this treatment 4 hours a day, and I don't know how we can take care of that for him if he's in Wayne County.
Can I say something on my own behalf, please?
Mr. Curry? Okay, Mr. Curry?
I'm talking about my health.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the case, I'm talking about my health. Please.
Go
You
for
have
it,
a right
sir.
to speak, Mr. Curry. You have a right to.
All right. So again, pretty much the exact same defense. Remember, 50,000 cash surety was what magistrate recommended. Now, let's go, man. Talk about your health.
Speak.
I have interstitial lung disease. I have what's called an autoimmune disease, similar to what you see in lupus, but I don't have all the symptoms of lupus. My body is attacking itself, man. My lungs, my hands, medical staff here can verify because they sent me to the hospital when I got here and admitted me. And they was in contact with my doctors at Henry Ford Hospital, networking to get all the stuff in order so I could be there. I'm supposed to went today. They didn't even take me to my appointment at 11 o'clock. I understand this is what it is. I take accountability for anything.
No, sir.
But this is
That's
my
your health.
life. This is my life, man. I'm not sitting here trying to duck nothing. I'll be wherever you need me to do. I'm not a flight risk, nothing.
All right, I've heard a chance to hear the arguments from both the people as well as on behalf of the defendant. At this time, I would note that the defendant has 2 previous felony convictions for assaultive violent offenses, as well as this offense that we're charged with today. So I do not have to give a bond. whatsoever. This is an incident where allegedly someone had a gun to their head, had to barricade themselves in another room, so I'm gonna deny bond. Next date is going to be sorry, what's the next date?
1 second, Mr. Curry.
July 18th, 2024. I have convictions for both assault with a dangerous weapon as well as domestic violence, 3rd degree, both felonies in 2016 Washington County.
So, Your Honor, is there any
There you go. No bond. No bond. Yeah, probably shouldn't have, she didn't, yeah, I don't know what else to say. All right, I'm going to let this video play out. They're going to go at each other for a little bit longer. You're going to hear. It's kind of a wild one, but, sometimes you just got to have a wild one on a Sunday. All right, you guys stay awesome. I will see you next time. Until then, bye.
way that we can make sure that the jail takes him to the hospital? Marking his file is not going to be enough. If something happens to Mr. Curry because he can't get this treatment in the jail, we're going to have an individual lose their life over allegations, Your Honor, because he didn't get the proper treatment. I understand the court has to do what it has to do, but is there any way? They didn't even take him to his appointment today, and he's already been to the hospital since he's been arrested. He got arrested on the 7th, and he's already been to the hospital, and they couldn't take him today. They've talked to his doctors. Is there any, I don't know. I don't know if Wayne County could, what they can do, what resources they have to get him there on time, under custody, let him sit for his treatment. I'm not going to ask for him to be out, but I'm going to ask for him to get the proper treatment so nothing happens to him.
I'm not comfortable putting you on tether with the record that I've faced and the allegations set forth. And these are allegations, so these are not this is not the end all. You are not guilty until proven so by a trial of fact. But no, stop. That is the end of this. July 18th, 2024. What was this before? Judge King. That concludes the hearing.
Your Honor, would you? Your Honor.
Redetermination.
Oh, no, he's not. He's remanded.
You remanded him?
Okay. He's got 2 felony convictions in the last 10 years.
Can they mark his file medical? We're not going to be okay if something happens to Mr. Curry. We're not.
I'm not going to be okay if something happens to the complaining witness who had a gun put to her head, allegedly, and this person has 2 felony convictions for assault of crimes. No. Of course I will mark this medical. This is absolutely insane. That concludes this hearing.
I used Magistrate upstairs.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem.
This takes care of Mr. Curry.